Today, we're diving into something that could directly impact your monthly income. And if you're receiving Social Security or SSDI benefits, you'll want to pay close attention. I've been researching the latest updates on the 2025 payment schedule, and there's significant news about the $2,000 stimulus that's rolling out between January 10th and January 28th. As someone who's helped thousands of seniors navigate these benefits, I understand how crucial every dollar is in today's economy, and I want to ensure you don't miss out on what you're entitled to. Let me tell you something interesting that many people don't realize. This payment schedule is actually part of a broader initiative to provide additional support during these challenging economic times. I've noticed that many of my viewers have been asking about eligibility requirements and payment dates. And today, I'm going to break down everything you need to know in simple, easy to understand terms. Whether you're a longtime beneficiary or new to the system, this information is absolutely essential for your financial planning. Before we dive into all the details, I want you to know that I update this channel weekly with the latest Social Security news and benefits information. If you're serious about staying informed about your benefits and never missing important updates like this one, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And here's something I always tell my viewers. If you have specific questions about your situation, drop them in the comments below. I personally read every comment, and our amazing community members often share valuable insights that might help answer your questions. Give this video a thumbs up if you're already finding it helpful, and let's get into the details of this important payment schedule. Let's dive right into the meat of this important update that affects millions of Social Security and SSDI beneficiaries across the nation. I want to start by addressing the most pressing question I've been receiving in my inbox. Yes, this $2,000 stimulus payment is separate from your regular monthly benefits, and it's designed to provide additional support during these challenging economic times. I've spent countless hours analyzing the official documentation and consulting with benefit specialists to bring you the most accurate and comprehensive information possible. Here's what makes this particular payment schedule unique. The Social Security Administration has implemented a new distribution system based on beneficiaries' birth dates, which is quite different from their usual approach. For those born between the 1st and 10th of the month, your payments will be distributed starting January 10th. If your birth date falls between the 11th and 20th, expect your payment from January 15th to January 20th. And for everyone born between the 21st and 31st, your payments will be processed from January 21st through January 28th. This staggered approach is designed to prevent system overloads and ensure smooth processing for everyone involved. Let me share something that many people aren't aware of. This new stimulus payment isn't just a random amount chosen by policymakers. The $2,000 figure was carefully calculated based on current inflation rates and the increased cost of living that seniors and disabled individuals are facing. I've been tracking these economic indicators closely, and I can tell you that this additional support couldn't have come at a more crucial time. With the rising costs of healthcare, groceries, and utilities, many of our seniors have been struggling to make ends meet. Speaking of healthcare costs, there's an important connection here that you need to understand. This stimulus payment takes into account the recent changes in Medicare Part B premiums. Many of you have reached out to me concerned about how these premium increases might affect your monthly budget. Well, I'm pleased to tell you that this stimulus payment has been structured in a way that helps offset some of these additional healthcare costs. This is particularly significant for those of you who are enrolled in both Medicare and Social Security programs. Now, let's talk about eligibility requirements, because this is where things get really interesting. Unlike previous stimulus payments, this one has some unique qualifying factors that you need to be aware of. First and foremost, you must be a current recipient of either Social Security Retirement Benefits or SSDI as of December 2024. But here's something that many people overlook. If you've recently applied for benefits and your application is still pending, you might still be eligible for this stimulus payment once your benefits are approved, even if that approval comes after the initial distribution dates. I want to address a concern that's been coming up frequently in my community. What about SSI recipients? Well, I've got good news for you too. SSI recipients are indeed included in this stimulus package, but your payment schedule works slightly differently. The Social Security Administration has established a separate distribution timeline for SSI beneficiaries to ensure that these payments don't interfere with your regular monthly benefits. This careful planning helps prevent any confusion or delays in your standard payments. Let's talk about the technology side of things for a moment, because this is crucial for ensuring you receive your payments smoothly. The Social Security Administration has significantly upgraded their digital infrastructure to handle this massive distribution effort. If you're someone who receives your regular benefits through direct deposit, you'll be happy to know that this stimulus payment will be automatically deposited into the same account. However, for those who typically receive paper checks, the administration has implemented a new tracking system that allows you to monitor your payment status online. Now, here's something that really excites me about this stimulus package: the additional provisions for dependent children. If you're receiving Social Security or SSDI benefits and have dependent children under the age of 18, there are additional funds available. This is an aspect of the stimulus that hasn't received much attention in the media, but it could make a significant difference for many families. The extra support for dependents recognizes the unique challenges faced by multi-generational households and families caring for disabled children. I've been receiving lots of questions about taxation, and this is where you need to pay close attention. Unlike some previous stimulus payments, this $2,000 payment has specific tax implications that vary depending on your overall income and filing status. I strongly recommend consulting with a tax professional about your specific situation, but I can tell you that the IRS has issued special guidance for how these payments should be reported on your 2025 tax return. The good news is that for many beneficiaries, especially those who rely primarily on Social Security income, these payments may have minimal tax impact. Let's discuss another important aspect that affects many in our community: the impact on other benefits programs. I've heard from numerous viewers who are concerned about how this stimulus payment might affect their eligibility for other assistance programs like SNAP benefits, housing assistance, or Medicaid. I'm happy to report that this stimulus payment has been specifically designated as non-countable income for the purpose of determining eligibility for federal and state assistance programs. This means you can receive this payment without worrying about losing other crucial benefits. For those of you who are representative payees managing benefits for others, there are special considerations you need to be aware of. The Social Security Administration has implemented specific guidelines for how these stimulus payments should be handled by representative payees. This includes requirements for documentation and spending oversight. I know many of you serve as payees for family members, so it's crucial to understand these responsibilities to ensure the funds are properly managed and documented. Now, let's talk about something that's particularly relevant for our international viewers. Yes, this affects you too. If you're a U.S. citizen receiving Social Security benefits while living abroad, you are still eligible for this stimulus payment. However, there are some additional verification steps you'll need to complete. The Social Security Administration has established a special international benefits unit to handle these cases and ensure that eligible beneficiaries worldwide receive their payments. Here's something that's particularly important for our newly retired viewers or those planning to retire soon. If you're just entering the Social Security system, don't worry about missing out. As long as you've begun receiving benefits by the qualification date, you're eligible for this stimulus payment. This includes people who may have recently converted from SSDI to retirement benefits due to reaching full retirement age. The transition between different types of benefits won't affect your eligibility for this stimulus payment. I want to address a critical issue that's been causing some confusion: the relationship between this stimulus payment and cost of living adjustments, COLA. This $2,000 payment is completely separate from your annual COLA increase. You'll still receive your regular COLA adjustment as scheduled, and this stimulus payment is an additional benefit on top of that. This is particularly significant because it means you're getting extra support while still maintaining your regular benefit increases. Let's discuss the verification process, because this is where some people might encounter challenges. The Social Security Administration has implemented a new identity verification system to prevent fraud and ensure payments reach the intended recipients. If you've recently moved or changed banks, you'll want to make sure your information is up to date in the system. I recommend logging into your My Social Security account online to verify your current contact and payment information. One aspect that's particularly noteworthy about this stimulus package is its impact on widow and widower benefits. If you're receiving survivor benefits, there are specific provisions that apply to your situation. The administration has recognized the unique financial challenges faced by surviving spouses and has included special considerations in the payment distribution process. This includes expedited processing for recent survivors who might be experiencing financial hardship. For those of you who are dual eligible for both Social Security and veterans benefits, there's important information you need to know. The coordination between the Social Security Administration and the Department of Veterans Affairs has been streamlined to ensure you receive all benefits you're entitled to without any complications. This improved coordination means less paperwork and fewer delays for our veterans who are also Social Security beneficiaries. Something that's often overlooked but extremely important is the appeal process. If for any reason you believe you've been incorrectly deemed ineligible for this stimulus payment, there is a clear appeals process in place. The Social Security Administration has established a dedicated appeals unit to handle these cases quickly and efficiently. Don't hesitate to use these appeal procedures if you believe there's been an error in determining your eligibility. Let's talk about the broader economic impact of this stimulus program, because it's truly fascinating. When millions of seniors receive this additional income, it creates a ripple effect throughout the entire economy. Local businesses, particularly in communities with large retiree populations, often see increased activity. This economic stimulus effect was one of the key factors in designing this payment program, and it's expected to have a positive impact on communities across the country. Now, I want to highlight something that many people have asked about: the possibility of future stimulus payments. While this current payment is confirmed and scheduled, it's important to stay informed about potential future support programs. I recommend keeping a close eye on official announcements and staying connected with reliable information sources. This is one of the reasons why staying engaged with channels like this one is so important. We're committed to bringing you the latest updates as soon as they're available. Finally, let's discuss the importance of financial planning with this stimulus payment. While $2,000 is a significant amount, it's crucial to think strategically about how to best use these funds. Consider your current needs, outstanding bills, and potential future expenses. Some viewers have shared excellent strategies for maximizing the impact of this payment, from catching up on medical expenses to creating an emergency fund. Remember, everyone's situation is unique, so take time to consider what approach works best for your personal circumstances. Speaking of personal circumstances, let's discuss how this stimulus payment might affect different household situations. For married couples where both spouses receive Social Security benefits, it's important to understand how the payment schedule works for joint recipients. The administration has coordinated these payments to ensure household units receive their benefits in a logical and organized manner, preventing any confusion or delays that might occur with multiple beneficiaries at the same address.